Hello, this is Scott, and I'm here with this pony thing to review Smash Bracket's new episode, Joker vs. Snake. So without further ado, let's get this stupid thing started.
Please note that this episode has been in the making since the early days of Smash Bracket, so certain elements might not be as polished as in recent battles. This will be taken into consideration.
Before watching the episode, bets are undeniably heavy in Joker's favor and most expect the Phantom Thief to win. I agree with this myself, but I am actually hoping for Solid Snake to upset.
As a warning, all content from here on out has a spoiler warning. If you have not watched the episode yet, do not proceed past this point. On that note, enjoy the review.
Right off the bat, the verdict did not surprise me at all. Going through everything presented, it quickly became clear that Snake didn't stand a chance in this fight, which is a shame.
Well, I'm rife with devastation and there's a simple explanation. With Snake's defeat, I now have it where characters I root for have lost 4 times in a row on Smash Bracket. Hopefully Terry wins.
To his credit, Inktink's made a smart play and heavily focused on Persona lore in Joker's analysis. This was the first time I was actually able to understand the lore clearly, which is a tall order.
Joker's arsenal and personas were detailed fantastically, going over important resistance and skills that Joker had. This gives viewers a solid understanding of what Joker is capable of in battle.
Snake's analysis was very good, and did well explaining the lore of Metal Gear as best he could, and the stylish cameo was funny. However, this is also why my first gripes show up. More on that soon.
The battles and weapons Snake brings to the table were also well detailed. Ink didn't spend as much time detailing them, but he did a fine job explaining how everything works and what Snake can do.
This episode had several elements come together to create a unique situation. Thanks to Death Battle, the fight had some stiff competition, namely the major factors.
First, there is no doubt that Solid Snake vs. Sam Fisher is one of the most beloved and best episodes of Death Battle. It is inevitable that these 2 episodes will be compared in the future.
Also, Joker vs. Giorno still hasn't happened, so this episode is the most Joker fans have been debating right now, satiating them fall squarely on Bracket's shoulders.
While the Minecraft Royale was first released, Snake vs. Joker was the first developed 3D fight of Bracket. It is a valuable taste of what the future holds for the show.
Getting into the good stuff, the fight is beautiful. Regardless of what Lemon said, the choreography was good and the action well conveyed. Solid props to the animation team for their hard work.
For a team generally composed of non-professional voice actors, the work was stellar. As usual, Anadima steals the show with his fantastic work once again, and the rest of the team did a fine job.
Moving on to the story, we can see Bracket is a terminal montage-style crossover story. Joker is working for, the mysterious overlord Joker would beat in a fistfight. We don't know what comes next.
Regardless of what it was planning, this fight does well establishing the character as a threat. Beings like Sephiroth remain at large and we still have several questions, but we are getting somewhere.
After Sonic vs. Paper Mario fumbled on the goal line with what might be the worst post-analysis in the series, we really needed a good one this time. Thankfully, it delivered.
Ink didn't beat around the bush and made it clear Joker stomped. He did a fine job going over Snake's win conditions, and how Jokers were more reliable and could counter Snake. This was much better.
While the new episode is certainly good, I cannot comfortably call it perfect or the best episode of the show. With the pros out of the way, we've got to look at the cons.
While random complaining rarely helps anybody, constructive criticism can be useful to help others improve. These issues are not out of our spite, but a serious desire to help the show get better.
First, this hurts to say, but I will still say it. If I didn't know Ink and the team well, and this was my first episode as a viewer, I may think that they're all biased Persona fanboys.
Mathematically, this rings true. Joker is gifted with a longer analysis, and in the battle the Phantom Thief's talks and Futaba had nearly double the time of Coda calls. There is no balance here. This is also without considering the fact that the Phantom Thieves received a special promotional video before the battle ever released, while nothing was done for Snake and his team.
What's more, the battle itself gives Snake little time to shine. I've taken one of the most brilliant minds in Metal Gear. It's played for a dummy by Futaba and everything Snake does is dead weight.
Therefore, the episode comes off as numerically tilted for Persona, with Persona lore being praised while Metal Gear gets jabbed. A one-sided fight and more Persona screen time, this is hard to fight.
The Kirby joke is getting tiresome. It's a bad sign that as soon as I saw Kirby, I honestly rolled my eyes and groaned. While a recurring joke isn't a bad thing, this is starting to be a problem.
While the recurring joke is a powerful weapon in the comedian's arsenal, relying on it too heavily makes it stale. What's more, constantly battering the same target can come off as spiteful or harsh.
The last major complaint is that while the animation team did a great job, there are still problems. The movements can be stiff at times and the visuals a tad fuzzy, though this might improve later.
While the team conversations were interesting, they did break the pace of the battle and ate most of the episode. Toning them down in the future might be good, though I would not remove them.
Here's a final table breakdown for the episode, giving the major pros and cons we found for it as a whole.
With all said and done, we are pleased to award this episode a 7 out of 10. It is a fine addition to the bracket lineup.
And that's the show. We don't know if we will ever do this again, but it was a great time making this and a ton of fun.
Thank you all so very much for watching this review, and have a wonderful day!